when I discovered the truth about nutrition has the ability to kill us or heal us, I realized I had to choose healing foods every day. So I learned from doctors like Dr. Greger, who basically looks at all the science and then makes it accessible for people like us who don't want to read the studies and science. Dr. Neil Barnard. And what they have found is that 100%, the most anti-cancer diet that exists is a plant-based diet. And so I went plant-based. And let me tell you that physically, it changed my life. It changed my body. Haven't had a pimple since, almost never get sick. Very, very healthy. I thrive on the plant-based diet, and I recommend it to anyone who is looking to feel better, to look better, and to experience a massive shift. But what I didn't realize was one missing component was that I was dealing with the physical side, what I was eating and putting in my body, but I wasn't dealing with the emotional side. And what we eat also can trigger or not trigger emotions. And so I was like, oh, I'm vegan now. I should feel amazing every day. Well, my body felt amazing, but my mind was still in chaos because no one taught me about grief or that there were stages of grief and I needed to cry and let it out every day. And so what do we do when we don't have an outlet for the things we're holding inside? Well, two things, a lot of us. We either starve ourselves or we overeat. And so there are all of these people who are suffering from either emotional eating, overeating, eating when they're sad or in trauma, or refraining from eating. Okay. And I don't care what it is. If you don't eat, if you eat too much, if you eat when you're sad, it all means one thing. You are trying to suppress a feeling that you don't want to feel. Let me say it again. If you overeat, if you don't eat, if you emotionally eat, you are trying to suppress a feeling you don't want to feel. So the only way to stop, it's not changing your diet. It's not placing restrictions on yourself. It's not, taking some challenge where you can only eat lettuce every day. It is literally sitting down, right? And writing in a food journal and deciding for yourself every time I have a craving when I know I'm not physically hungry, like I'm not about to, it's not dinner time or I'm about to gorge on something I don't need to because I'm sad. Look, Ben & Jerry's after a breakup, fine, do it. But after that, when you pick yourself up, you can't do that every day, right? So you got to go do that food journal and write down what the F is going on. And you've got to work through the emotions. And when you do that, combined with what was for me was the plant-based diet, whatever diet is for you that you find is the perfect diet for you, when you combine that with the emotional healings, that is when you can truly start the healing process, because healing includes healing your grief, healing your sadness. And just because you haven't been through a massive trauma, we've all got traumas, even if you were, on this playground made fun of as a kid, that could be a trauma you're still carrying with you and you don't even know it. So we got to let all of that go. So we have to honor our traumas and not eat through the traumas, right?